Hi guys, it's the Filthy Casual, coming at you with some more chat about Season 16 for Diablo 3. This is the type of thing that interests you, subscribe for more, and I'll have some more videos up shortly. In the background, I think we're going to have some Barbarian play, some gameplay from Leapquake. Now that's getting a massive buff coming up. I'm quite keen to get my hands on it and see just how high it can go. It's a really fun build to play and it looks visually stunning, and that's why I like it. So I thought, given that Season 16 starts on the 18th of January, it might be quite nice to have a little bit of a chat about what's new and what we can expect. So first off, we've got a balance patch, 2.6.4, and thank God, this game has been in the same state for over a year now, and I absolutely cannot wait to get my hands on some new content, some new builds, or just some changes, anything. Now I reckon I've got a pretty good build for next season. I'm just waiting for 2.6.4 to go live. Please Blizzard, please switch it on. I'm hoping it's a real belter. Now it might be quite funny because the build might not work. I think it does, I'm pretty confident, but given that it's the season of grandeur, I might just be getting delusions of grandeur, but we'll see. Now under 2.6.4, all the classes except for Necro get some juice. I've made a video on why I think Necro is going to be a pretty dull choice for Season 16 because you're going to end up playing the same builds that you've played for the last year basically. So I'll link that in the video description. Check it out if you're interested in that. The rest of the classes do get some juice, and I think it's going to be quite interesting because hopefully the meta will be shaken up a little bit, because pretty much it's been Wave of Light Monk, Con Condemned Crusader, Raycord Charge Barb, and the Pestilence for the Necro. Now there will be a shake-up. How much of a shake-up will depend on how the builds play out, depend on how the various buffs go. But I think in the early season you can comfortably pick a different set and probably rock some pretty decent content pretty early on. So I think it's going to be fun to jump in and see how it all goes. So that's 2.6.4. Balance changes for everybody, really, except for Necro. We'll get on to Legacy Nightmares at the end because I think that deserves a special section of its own. The next big change that I think is going to improve the game is going to be a quality of life one. The armour is going to go up from 5 slots to 10 slots. I think this is an absolutely brilliant change. I'm so happy they're increasing it from 5. It sounds a lot, 5 builds to save, but actually it's quite limiting. You know, if you've got a GR push build, if you've got a build for doing bounties, maybe one for farming DBs, maybe a speed up to 80 GR level and then a speed up to 90, you know, or 60 and 70 or whatever level it is you're comfortable at, that's 5 sets already gone, and chances are you're going to be using the same set for all those 5 builds. So I think with 10 slots with 5 extra ones, it's going to be really cool because you're going to be able to probably have 2 sets. So for Barbarian, I could have my Leapquake set, I could have an IK set, maybe even a Whirlwind set in there as well. So that'd be really nice. I think that's quite cool. I'm glad they're changing that. The next thing is the season theme, and that is the theme of grandeur. And basically what it means is that everybody's going to get a ring of royal grandeur for free without having to do anything. I think this is actually going to have some impacts, not just in the end stages of the game, but also whilst you're leveling. I think it's going to make leveling a bit easier because it means that you can be able to mix and match the Ball and Cane sets easier. You're only going to have to wear 2 pieces, I think, of each, or certainly 1 less piece to qualify for the bonus. And that's going to allow you to do a higher difficulty content. So you might find that you shave, 20 minutes, half an hour off your time to level 1 to 70, and that's always good. I think this is also going to make a pretty big change once you get your 4 pieces. So your first 2 pieces are Haedrigs, because once you do get those 4 pieces, you only need to find 1 more piece and you'll be able to make it up to a 6 set bonus because you're going to have the Ring of Royal Grandeur equipped essentially. So what I will be doing is, once I've got my 2 pieces of Haedrigs, so 4 pieces of a particular set, I'm going to be rolling like anything trying to get a 5th piece to get the absolutely mega damage increase that you normally get with your 6 set bonus. Normally speaking, I'd say that's a bad idea. You don't want to be wasting your materials on something that you're definitely going to get anyway, but I'll be straight over to Kadala, gambling everything I get, trying to get that 6-piece bonus as soon as possible, because it's just such a jump, it's unbelievable. Now, another really good thing I think about the RORG season theme is that you don't have to farm it. Normally at the start of the season, one of the first things you have to do is a load of Act 1 bounties to find yourself a Ring of Royal Grandeur. I hate bounties, I hate doing them, so anything that means that I don't have to do them is definitely a massive thumbs up from me. It also, the ring being there the whole time, means that pretty much every build that you're using a 6 set regular set will mean that you'll be able to go higher, you'll be able to squeeze in an extra jewellery slot, so Convention of Elements maybe, or you'll be able to squeeze in an extra armour piece, so maybe you can find something that will boost your damage, or certainly boost your toughness at the very least. So I think every build will probably go as high as it can. And with the changes to all the sets, it might be the case that you find that toughness is actually a bit more important, because the higher content you do with the higher damage multipliers, the harder it's going to be to stay alive. Now obviously if you're going to fish a lot for your rifts, that's fine, you're just looking for that ideal scenario, but in general if you're looking to speed through some content, you might actually find that maybe stacking some toughness will actually be helpful. I play a lot of hardcore, so toughness is very important to me, so we'll just have to see how that presses out, or how that plays out rather. Now I think one of the most interesting changes to 264 is going to be the Legacy of Nightmares set. This is going from 100% damage increase per ancient item equipped up to 750. So that's 9,750% damage multiplier if you've got all 13 slots as ancient. That's huge. If you go and look at most of the sets in the past, they were a lot lower than that. Obviously a lot of them have been tweaked, but I think what you'll probably find is that the top builds for some of the classes will definitely be Legacy of Nightmares. I'm going to be very surprised if Crusader's top build is not Legacy of Nightmares. I think Necro is going to be a Legacy of Nightmares, definitely. If you think how most people play Necromancer, they're sweaty as hell. It's lance builds, it's doing loads of damage in a short period of time and then running away and trying to hide in a corner until you land at the deads up again. And I just think the absolute sweatiness of Legacy of Nightmares and Corpse Lance will just be too much for the Necros not to gravitate towards to. So I think you're going to see a Corpse Lance Necro build on top. I might be wrong, but we'll see how it goes. Wizards, I think there's an outside chance you might get a Legacy of Nightmares build on top. Frozen Orbs, probably one of the most powerful skills. I think you can tweak out a bit more damage than you can on that, rather than using, say, DMO or using Veers, or not Veers, Talset. So again, I think there's a pretty good chance that Legacy of Nightmares will be on top of Wizard. The rest of the classes, I think, pretty much are going to stick with sets. You might get a Hota build, possibly with Barb, but I think that's probably going to be easier to run with other sets. So, Raycore probably better for that, but again, not maybe we'll see. Witch Doctor, the Spirit Barrage build is pretty strong, but again, I think the sets will probably be a little better for that. And then Demon Hunter, I don't think will use Legacy of Nightmares at all. I think their sets are all super strong, and I can't see anybody bothering with Legacy of Nightmares for them. And then the last one is Monk, and the best Monk skill is definitely Wave of Light. And again, maybe you could get a Legacy of Nightmares build for that, maybe not. But I think really the top build in the game, I think for next season, is either going to be Necro or Crusader, and it's going to be Legacy of Nightmares. And I think it's going to be quite funny that all these balance changes will have been undone by a little bit of poor planning, I think, on Legacy of Nightmares. But I'm hoping to bring a couple of videos in the future once 264 goes live with some build guides out. And yeah, we'll see if I'm right, we'll see if I'm wrong. It's going to be interesting. The next change that they're making to the game is Primals. Don't get your hopes up, they're not increasing the drop rate or anything like that, but when they do drop, you'll get a lovely red beam that will go up into the sky. I reckon that's going to be awesome. I'm really going to enjoy seeing that for the first time. You're also going to get a little pentagram on the ground on the map, and again, I think that's going to be pretty cool. That's a good change. And then the last thing about Primals is you definitely get one when you complete GR70 for the first time and you unlock Primals. That again, I think is pretty cool, and that's going to be quite exciting. I'm definitely going to be pumped to do my season journey, get the 6 pieces, and then rock on to GR70 as quick as possible. So I'd say that's pretty much all the changes for season 16. I'm really excited. How do you feel about the season? Are you looking forward to it? What class are you going to play? Drop me a comment below, let me know, are you excited? Who are you going to be playing? What are you going to be doing? So if you enjoy this video, if you give me a like, I'd be greatly appreciative. Subscribe for some more content if you like Diablo videos, and I'll hopefully see you soon. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.